It is wedding week on the farm, and oh my goodness, what an exciting, busy, beautiful time. I was not originally planning to film this week. We have so much going on, but I found that my family was like, oh, it would be so special for them to have these memories on video. And so I thought, you know what? Let's make the time for that. So I hope that you enjoy following along as we prepare to host my baby sister's wedding here on the farm. What you are about to see is obviously going to be from a very one-sided point of view, right? Because I'm filming, but this has definitely not been a one-woman show. This has been weeks of so many people pitching in. In fact, right now my dad is pressure washing the hay loft that the reception is supposed to be in. My mom and my other sister are busy making a whole bunch, I think 200 flour tortillas inside this morning, and just left and right people are helping. So with both families being from out of state, we are currently hosting around 22, 23 people per meal a lot of the time, not every day, but a lot of the time. And so it's just almost constant prep work in the kitchen, but then of course all the yard work and things that need to happen. So anyways, buckle up. I hope I can do this week justice on camera. So starting off here, I love to just take a moment to kind of walk through my garden, make sure that things are growing well. For me, this is just like life-giving. It gives me a little bit of a moment of peace in the midst of all of the crazy right now. So that's where I am currently, but we have a lot to get done today. It is Monday morning, so 5 days till the wedding. Exciting things happening down there. I think the bride and groom are doing kind of a final walkthrough of their ceremony location. It's going to be so pretty, way down in the meadow. All right, tortillas are done, bunch of yogurt is made, and so now we need to transition to some outdoor work again. We've done a bunch of mulching, garden work, yard work, flower bed work, all of that already, but we have a couple places to finish up, so we'll get to that now. Well, I'm so grateful that by this week we are mostly done with all the prep work outside. There's mainly like upkeep things like mowing and weed eating, but it's such a heavy week with the actual wedding prep, you know, setting up tables. I think those come tomorrow and some things like that. But the plan for this morning is actually to get a bunch of groceries. So for their meal, they are doing a large charcuterie spread, and it's gonna be so fun and so pretty, but we needed to get a bunch of last minute things for it, and so that's the plan for this morning. We have a couple grocery stores we need to hit up this morning. We are currently 3 days out from the wedding, so it's getting real. But to start off with here, I'm actually making some orange juice for everybody, and then also I mixed a quadruple batch of croissants last evening, and already as I'm doing it, I was like, what are you thinking, Steph? And so I think I'm gonna actually try to just turn this into bread. It'll be a lot easier. So my plan is to divide it into hopefully equal pieces, and then I'll just spread some butter on it, roll it up, and bake it as bread and see how it turns out. I figured croissant bread is a thing, and so we'll just try it with actual croissant dough and see what happens. Okay. Perfect. We'll let these rise while we run and get some groceries. I am so curious as to how these will actually turn out, or if they will turn out, but I guess we'll just wait and find out. My goodness, it's a bright morning, but it is actually the next day now. Unfortunately, my camera quit working. Anyways, went into this whole hassle. Turns out it's a like manufacturer problem inside of the camera. I don't know. So I ended up ordering a new camera. That's what we're on now. Thankfully, it got delivered pretty soon, but it's a new day. I was out mowing. I have a long ways to go, a lot of mowing to do, but they're starting to hang the globe lights in the wedding barn. So I wanted to show you that. So the plan is to hang these globe lights all across the barn, and then these chandeliers are actually still here from our wedding. So we just tie them up in bags and we'll hang them back down again. So it'll be the chandeliers as well as all the globe lights. What are you getting, Abby? Are you helping Auntie Julia pick lettuce for lunch? I apologize for the rough angle there. I realized I left my little clip at the house that clips my camera onto the tripod. So we're gonna deal with what we have there. But tonight is likely our last dinner as a family before the wedding, and then who knows how long after, with my family living in Canada and then the sister that's getting married will be living in the States. Anyways, it just feels like a bit of a special dinner. Later tonight, actually, we have more bridal party coming in, so a lot of people flying in for this wedding. And so yeah, after really starting tonight, we'll have a lot of people around constantly until the wedding. And so we wanted to just do a special little something. Obviously, we're really busy just getting the yard ready and food ready and all of that. And so we don't have time for something super extravagant and fancy, but we thought it'd be fun to at least have a little picnic out in the field here tonight. Take a moment to just kind of take a deep breath, enjoy the sunset, and savor these precious memories as a family. So that's what we're getting ready for here. I grabbed some candle stands. These are just from off of Amazon. And then I picked a couple of roses. They are definitely fading. My mom and my sister are in there making some taco pops, and my brother, he was helping me with the stuffed mushrooms, but I think he was doing something else in there. I forget what. My almost brother-in-law is making a pico de gallo to go with it, and it'll be fun. So excited to hang out with all of them here in a couple of minutes. I might have mentioned this earlier, but I've been showing you a lot more of the fun things like this dinner. Tomorrow we want to go on the Bachelorette, and we'll talk about that more later. But there have been weeks, actually months, months and months of prep work gone into this. Taking a working farm and turning it into a wedding venue is a lot of work, but hopefully it will be worth it and the bride and groom will be happy with the outcome. Well, today feels like the official countdown to the wedding. We have 2 days to go. It is Thursday morning, and we're actually doing a little bachelorette celebration today. It is going to be super fun. We want to start off with, well, first, actually, we need to go decorate the space that we'll come back to later. We're putting up a balloon arch. We got some fun little decor things, and then we want to grab lunch and go and see Longwood Gardens. If you are in PA, you should definitely check it out sometimes. It's basically just acres and acres of beautiful gardens that you can walk through, take pictures in. They have a restaurant, they have a fountain show. It's just beautiful. So all of us bridesmaids and the bride want to go hang out there, walk through the gardens, and then we'll stop for dinner at like this greenhouse restaurant. It's called Terrain. A lot of you might be familiar with that if you're from the area. Then come back and watch the bride's favorite movie, which is Sense and Sensibility. Yeah, so I think it's just gonna be a really, really fun day. It's getting real, you guys. So my mind feels like it's in a million places this morning of all the last minute things that need to be done and checked off the list, but it's gonna be a good day. So let's get this place ready for our movie night and then dressed for the day. All right, Longwood Gardens was beautiful, although so hot. It's like close to 90 degrees today, and so we were not prepared for how hot it would feel, I think. But we walked around there for a while. It was beautiful as always, and then we went for some ice cream because we were all melting hot. And now we're actually at Terrain Cafe, another beautiful place if you are in Pennsylvania visiting, and they have some cute little shops around that I think we're gonna walk around for a little bit because our reservation isn't till like another 25 minutes. They also have kind of greenhouse, like a lot of plants outside, but then the actual restaurant itself also feels like a greenhouse. And so this is always a really special place to come. It's a perfect place for like a ladies outing, although even Josh and I have just come here for a date. So anyways, that is the plan next. It's the final sprint today before the wedding. It is Friday morning and I am just mixing up a batch of brownies we're getting an ice cream machine in, and we thought some little brownie cubes would be fun. We might put a little raspberry on each little square, which would be fun. Tan here is cooking up a feast for breakfast for all of our helpers, which in this case is a lot of the bridal party, and then the groom's family will also be here. So that's what we're starting off with this morning. We used to joke that our family could have its own little wedding business. My mom and sisters actually do have a wedding rental business. What would you call it? Like trailer? Yeah. At home. And then my sister here does a lot of wedding cakes. Beautiful work, by the way. And then my other sister does a lot of wedding florals. She's doing all the flowers for this wedding, all the bouquets, the boutonnieres. They're doing flowers around an arch, flowers on the tables, all the things. And then I, of course, love videoing. I am also planning to video this wedding as best as I can while still being in the bridal party. They do have another videographer that will be able to get more like up close shots during the ceremony and different angles and stuff like that. So anyways, it's gonna be really fun. It'll be a very busy day. We have pages of to-dos for today, but we also have a ton of help, which is such a gift. So I think we're off to a pretty good start this morning. Okay, this is where the flowers are happening. Currently working on the bridal bouquet, I think. And then this is a bridesmaid bouquet. So pretty. Well, my goodness, one thing's for certain. We could never pull this off without all these people helping and lending their hand. I've been in the kitchen most of the morning helping with things there, but I want to come check out the wedding barn because I know they've been working hard, and oh my goodness, wow, it is looking so nice already. Make it count. Nita, what day is today?
My wedding day.
How are you feeling?
Very excited.
I never hope so. I honestly don't have very high hopes.
I don't know if I'll eat. gorgeous bride.
They're officially married, and oh my goodness, what a week it has been. So many good memories, so many late nights. It's gonna be good to hopefully rest up a little bit after this, but we are so happy for the bride and groom. Everything was so beautiful today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden, golden thing.